Good evening, Dice Roll fans.
What?
What? And welcome back to Self-Diceolation, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign set in the world of Eberron. My name is Tom, and I will be your Dungeon Master for this evening. Joining me tonight are some of our returning group of regular adventurers, our able assassin, Richard Badger.
Hello, I'm Badger. I'm playing the shifter rogue assassin. Yes, I'm just here to murder people, really.
Our wayward warlock, Miss Emily Westcott.
Hello, I am playing Notad Dwarf de Civith, a warlock gnome who's a bit thirsty.
Just a bit. Our wandering wizard, Mr. James Oakley.
Hello, I am Oakley and I'm playing Kallus Lanick, the human wizard.
And joining us after a brief hiatus, our masterful monk, Mr. Lee Shaw.
Hi, I'm Shawbaw. I'm playing Heiman Phoenix, an elf monk, and hates peanut butter.
That's good.
Wait, the monk hates peanut butter, or you hate peanut
No,
butter?
Heiman does.
Either way.
He doesn't dislike the taste. He just hates peanut butter with a passion.
Just like on a philosophical level.
Yeah, like he wants to punch it all the time.
Fair enough.
Fun
Right.
fact for you.
So tonight's adventure takes place a few days after the events on the Lightning Rail headed for Rote, where you recovered Derek, a Boromar informant who had been captured by the criminal organisation known as the Darsk. After delivering the Boromar turncoat to Dion at the fine drinking establishment known as the Gilded Ambrosia, you spent a lovely evening sampling some of the mysterious and enchanted beverages that this venue had to offer. You awaken a few days later at your residence at the Bountiful Vine to a very loud banging at the front door. It's late morning, and you know that Clod, the dwarf custodian of the tavern, would be up and about in order to answer it. After a few moments, you hear the door open and close. There's a brief pause, followed by a deep, resonant dwarven scream. Rushing downstairs, you find a shocked Clod pointing to a small box on the table. Inside the box is a severed hand and a blood-stained note. The note reads, "You took our lieutenant when you killed Gara at the Cornerstone Arena. We took yours to even the score. If you want to see your pompous friend again, bring the plans down to the cogs. Come unarmed. No funny business."
Tom, so I can picture this in my head, like get a good picture of how it is.
Yep.
Do you give me a sample of what a dwarven scream sounds?
A dwarven scream in the tones of Clod would be very similar to, if you can imagine a bear stubbing its toe, something along the lines of
Appreciate that. I'm more in now. I'm engrossed. Yeah, I've got it.
You're invested now.
Yeah, I've got it in my head.
There we go.
Picturing it.
That is the rich audio tapestry we're here to weave.
It's immersive. That's what we are. Immersive.
So as you gather in the main bar in the Bountiful Vine, Clod is retreating shakily from this very gruesome package and returns to one of the other tables and quite shakily starts polishing a large flat shield surrounded by various rags and waxes and ointments arranged across the surface, and just is desperately trying to look busy and not pay too much attention to your special delivery. So, what are we doing?
I have a pint, please.
You just completely ignore the severed hand.
Well, Claude just kind of looks up and goes, and just sort of jutters over towards the bar and grabs a tankard, pours a pint from one of the kegs, and just sort of leaves it on the bar and goes back to polishing his shield.
Well, I like to think, Tom, that being a man that uses his fists on a regular basis, that I'm quite an expert when it comes to hand. So I'd like to take a look at the hand.
Okay. first roll of the night then. Make me an investigation check, please.
Oh shit, the dice.
Yeah, investigation. There we are. And I have scored a 5, Tom.
Okay.
Good start. It's all downhill from here.
It's definitely a hand.
Correct.
It is, aside from the obvious absence of the rest of the body, you notice that it is very well manicured. The nails are in particularly good condition. You also notice that there is a ring on one of the fingers, which bears the dragon head crest of the Boromar clan.
So imagine I'm a very thick person. Would I know whose hand I am looking at? Do I know whose
I
hand
would say, based on the investigation check, you've identified that this is a hand belonging to a member of the Boromar clan, but nothing more.
That's more than you deserve for that role.
Okay, so my last action to help progress at this point is I'd like to turn around and stick the hand into the hand of Kallus.
What
And
is
then
it? You're going to shake his hand with this severed hand?
I'm just going to place it into his hand and then walk away.
Wonderful.
Thank you for this.
So
Do
Kallus,
I know or care whose hand this is? Other
I
than
don't
the fact
care.
that it's the Boromars.
Wait, is it male? Can we tell if it's what gender hand it
Sexist.
is?
let's call this a medicine check. I'd say if both
Sure.
yourself and Kallus, if both you and Notad are taking a look at this, you can either have one of you roll with advantage or both of you roll and pick the highest value.
What's your medicine thingy?
I have no proficiency in it.
Okay, let's both roll then.
Okay.
I have +1, but we all know I can't roll for shit, so let's.
We only Note only wants to know. He wants to know whether he can hump it or not.
8.
See if it's 13.
See,
See if you can
told you
just
I was
sort of
shit.
close it round something.
Okay.
Discount flashlight.
Oh my god. Pamela Henderson, I'm going to call it.
Oh yes.
This isn't how I saw this going, but apparently I just
But I'm
don't
not
learn my lesson.
surprised.
So
And I'm
continue-
keeping this. I am keeping this hand now, especially for no turn.
Just slides it in your pocket.
Between the two
I
of
need
you notice that the skin is very soft and well cared for.
Oh shit, is it Ulura's?
Based on the size of the hand and the sort of the vague presence of a bit of hair coming up from the cut above the wrist, you would assume that it's a male hand.
Oh. But soft.
But very soft, very well cared for. This is not a hand.
A noble.
This is not a hand that has seen a significant amount of hard labour or work.
Alright.
Mick, what are you up to?
I will read the letter that came with it.
Okay. So
And I'm guessing, from the words of "they took our lieutenant," would Dion be our lieutenant?
No.
I'm trying to think who our lieutenant would be. It surely won't be Dion.
Dion would kick their ass. I'm surely not.
Big D.
Do we know who our lieutenant is what I'm asking.
Well, is the lieutenant the leader, or are they sort of like they're like second in command, or where does lieutenant come on a scale of 1 to 10?
Lieutenant is generally someone who would be in charge of the lower ranks, but not themselves of a top tier.
Oh, okay.
They would certainly have a certain amount of weight within a given group. So you're sort of talking like upper middle management as far as the organisation structure goes.
I feel like we don't know who this person is then.
I can't
But
work
the
out.
people who employ us are going to care. That's the gist of it, really.
Yeah, I don't care who it is. It's from the Boromore clan. We're gonna have to do something about
Yeah.
this.
I mean, the option is there is someone else in the room who we could probably ask whose hand it is.
No one understands
Are they?
Claude, though.
Well, someone found the hand and it wasn't one of us.
He got
Is it Claude?
delivered.
Oh
It
yeah.
got- yeah. Who did it get delivered by? I'm not. Someone
Roger.
else can ask him.
Oh, who
Don't
was the
speak
dwarven
dwarf.
scream? Oh, that. Oh, so they
w-
screamed. So they must have been here at the Bountiful Vine with us.
Yeah, that's
Are
what I mean.
we
So it's-
missing something very, very obvious?
on.
Tom?
No, Claude screamed when he saw the severed hand.
Claude. That's it. So Claude might know whose hand it is.
No, it says followed by a deep, resonant dwarven scream.
Which is Claude.
Is he a dwarf?
Yes.
Claude is a dwarf,
Oh my
yes.
god! Oh Christ!
So
It's going
let's ask.
swimmingly.
Let's try and move this forward and let's speak to Claude.
I thought he was Warforged.
No, Claude's
Well,
Claude's been a dwarf the whole time.
How many sessions in?
There was
we-
there was another bar with a Warforged bar.
There is
was,
Yeah,
another
that's-
bar with a Warforged. You're thinking of the Cog Carnival, which is
I am, yes.
located elsewhere.
Okay, good. I'm up to speed now. Carry on.
Well done.
Can I ask the question of, have I seen this ring before on someone's hand that I can recognise?
I would say, given your history and penchant for picking off shiny things that are easily accessible to your light fingers, you would recognise that this is a particular Boromar signet ring. It is of a slightly more elegant construction than the others that you've seen on other members of the Boromar clan. And the last time you saw a ring of this design and style was when you delivered Derek to the Gilded Ambrosia. This is Dion's signet ring.
God damn it! I told you, Dion.
It's Big D.
God.
I
And
thought
it said-
Dion was a woman this whole time.
Dion's like a lion type person, isn't he?
Still makes him a
Dion,
person,
as
though, Badger.
A dwarf. isn't
best
he?
as you can tell, is a shifter, not dissimilar to yourself, but
Yeah.
clearly possessed of a bit more magic.
Yes.
Some would say godly.
Almost.
So,
Wow. I definitely care now. I know it's Big D.
so now we know Dion's the lieutenant, and also I've identified his ring. I'm going to say, while I'm here, and I asked to look at the hand from Kallus, I'm going to take the ring off the hand.
Of course you are.
That's fine.
I'm gonna put the hand on Notad's in Notad's pocket.
Oh no.
Okay.
Or bag if he's got one. So, somewhere where we'll find it later.
I have a fanny pack.
What are you on about?
I
I've
bet
got,
you do.
I've got to return the ring to Dion, so I'm just keeping it for safekeeping.
Of
Okay.
course you are.
I'll put it in the fanny pack then, so it's the closest to your junk.
Are you trying to do this in any kind of stealthy fashion, or are you just like?
No,
very
I am clearly taking it
All right,
because I want to
so-
give it back to Dion.
Yep. So the rest of you see Mick just like inspect this kind of gruesome relic, take the ring off, sort of appreciate its craftsmanship, and then just stuff the ring in his pocket, and then sort of look at the hand like, well, what do we do with this now?
Typical.
I'm just going to shrug.
She might want it back, or he might want it back.
Oh, I think we've established it's Tina.
Yeah, sorry, I was just a habit.
God. This happens when you play different genders. It gets
Right.
Is the hand fresh at the moment? Is it so that you could, make it grasp something?
If we put it on some ice, how much chance of attaching it have we got? Claude, have you got any ice?
He just sort of looks up at you, just
Is there
Mm.
ice?
looks at the hand and goes, and just sort of
Ooh.
potters off behind the bar and comes
Who's-
back with a bucket with some ice in it.
I was just trying to see if I haven't got a spell that's ice based.
Someone does. Someone's got frostbite, don't they, or whatever it's called. Something frosty.
Well, I can guarantee you it's not me. I could punch it for you.
Kallus, make me an Arcana check.
Oh no. That's a natural one.
Okay. You can't remember the name of the spell, but you're fairly certain that you've seen Mike, your Warforged sorcerer, producing ice magic at some point.
Yes.
The guy that's decided to sleep in today.
Also,
He's having maintenance.
Also, you stub your toe on the table.
Yes! I love it.
How much damage does he take?
No damage.
I die instantly.
Oh.
As a
It's
wizard,
the
as a wizard, you must now re-roll your character.
Yeah.
You get an infection and you're going to die over the next few sessions.
It's the worst case of table sepsis anyone's ever seen.
That's some serious splinter.
Oh, it's terrible.
Well, as much as
Anyway.
I kind of want to go against the grain, I feel like no matter what I do, we're going to end up going unarmed to this place. So, shall we?
Unarmed?
That's what it says in the letter, but
Us to go. Well, they want us to go unarmed.
just know I am never unarmed.
Well, exactly. I think personally, as a warlock, I'm also never really unarmed.
Correct? Yeah, you've got your spell shit.
I'm gonna make it look like I need a walking stick, just so I can take my stuff. So the cogs
I'm
is
just
obviously
gonna
a
hide
place
in the corner
city.
and do fucking nothing. That's what I'll end up doing.
Well,
You
no
know,
change
that's actually
there,
not a
then.
bad shout. That's not a bad shout to hide somewhere. If one or more of us go to the venue, because I take it first of all I take it we know where the cogs is. Just I'm just assuming we do.
Okay, so the cogs are a very general term for kind of the lowest layers of Sharn. It's
Okay.
nowhere that you've actually been to, but you're aware of through sort of hearsay and
Okay.
people chatting about it.
So
It
we're going to
is-
just turn up at a level and they're going to be there waiting for us.
This is the thing.
Or they're
Yeah,
going to find
The
us.
cogs
'Cause
refers to the entire area below the city.
They're watching us then.
Yeah. And also there is no statement of time as to when we need to go there. So obviously we
go.
want to go once we're prepared, but I think you're right. I think there's going to be someone waiting for us.
So
What
my,
plans do we
my-
have that they
well,
want?
my question really is: are we actually going to go unarmed?
No.
Are we expecting Mick to walk in with no
Make it
dagger?
look like we're unarmed so that they don't
Yes.
just immediately kill Dion.
Yeah, if Dion dies, this is not going to look good for us for the Boromar clan.
I am going to unattach my club, my dagger.
I'm just going to
Man,
point out,
man,
my
me.
name is Mick Dagger, and you expect me to go in there without any dagger?
Yep.
That was the joke.
Dagger by name,
Um,
dagger by nature, dagger by the side of your veins.
If only we had like some form of cloak that could seal you.
Oh,
Like
right.
we could make you into a backpack. That'd
Ah.
be so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I've heard of some legendary magic that does that.
Just a lucky roll. That's all that was. One lucky roll, which continued for 8 sessions.
Pretty much.
Ah, good times.
It was
Back when we
Um,
used to roll something higher than a 12.
a what? A 12. You lucky bastard! Stop showing off.
I will take off some of my weaponry, but I will try and hide some of it.
Okay.
I'm just
Surprise,
going to
surprise.
make my quarterstaff look like I need it to walk.
Okay.
And I'm just
I've
going to go
no
unarmed.
intention of not taking it.
Yeah, can I try and sort of hide my daggers somewhere upon me, and I'll take the rest of my stuff, like bow and everything off.
So, as for the rest of you, where are you stashing or hiding your various bits?
I'm just
and
going to leave
pieces?
them
So-
here.
Yeah.
Logan just doesn't give a fuck. So I just walk in armed.
It's quite liberating being a warlock.
No, she's just not going in with any weapons because she doesn't need them. She just blasts people with spells.
That's true. Oh yeah, you don't have like focuses or anything, do you?
No.
I've got a component pouch which has anything that I need for my spells, but that will fit in my bum bag.
Oh, I have a bag of sand. Why the hell do I have a bag of sand?
Pocket
In
sand.
case of flooding.
Just in case you need to,
Oh,
you know,
it's
some
it's scholar stuff. I forgot I had
Well, I could draw you a map. If that helps.
that. Excellent.
Skill. It's a skill to have, you know.
So, just so I got this
Anyway.
straight. So, noted, you're just leaving your gear in your quarters at
Yes.
the Vine. Kallus, you are leaving everything, but you're trying to sneak in a quote-unquote walking stick.
Yes,
The old-
Gandalf
the old
style.
Gandalf plan. Heiman,
Yep.
do you
Literally
have...
doesn't have weapons.
I was going to say, did you even have any weapons to leave behind?
I have a dagger, which I don't use, and I have a
Okay.
dart. So I am, for the sake of trying to help in case Mick gets caught, I would like to try and sneak at least a dagger. Leave the dart. So
Okay.
hopefully one of us gets through with a dagger, and worst case, I can hand my dagger to.
And Mick, you're just trying to sneak a dagger.
Both. 2 daggers.
Sneak 2 daggers.
And a crossbow.
No, I've literally put the rest of my weapons away.
Okay.
Just my 2 daggers.
I
So
don't
anything-
really have anything.
At this point, I say anything that you're leaving behind will be completely safe under the care of Claude within the Bountiful Vine.
Thanks,
Excellent.
Claude.
Sweet.
What a legend, man.
Appreciate it.
Okay. So, plan of action for moving out sorted. What are you going to do next?
Should we go in different forms of transport, do we think? Like maybe in 2 groups, or should we go as 1 group?
It might be a good
That's a
idea
good
to
one.
split up.
Okay, first of all, do we think this is going to be an ambush, guys?
Maybe
Not
they just
necessarily an
want to talk.
ambush, but like they're gonna find us before we find them.
You can always double check the notes if you want
Agreed.
to look for any more clues.
Bring the plans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do we know what plans that's referring to? Have I
Yeah,
missed-
DM question. Is that something we should be aware of that I've forgotten?
We were about to leave without them. We're here.
Have
Rock,
you got the plans? What plans?
just rock up at the door, just like, hey! We come in?
I have the plans. This is a recipe for how to make a cake. Yeah, that was the plan for today.
That's a good point. Do we know what plan they're referring to?
So, Kallus, Mick, and Notad, I can get. Can each of you make me a history check, please?
Oh dear God.
I will get right on
Excellent.
that.
Yes, that is a whole 4.
6.
I got 14.
Hey!
Show off.
So, Mick and Kallus, you're fully going along with the trying to find a plan for some sort of cake or bread products that you can sneak down and just assume that they're after your recipes.
I say banana bread.
Oh.
Everyone says banana
Don't be
bread
daft.
right
It's rock cakes.
now. Yeah, makes
No,
sense.
that's stupid.
Notad, on the other hand, you take another look at it and something stirs in the back of your mind. You remember that when you brought Derek to the Gilded Ambrosia, Dion made reference to him trying to run off with some plans or schematics.
Oh yeah.
You can't
Guys, I remember
exactly
when we
what they
were
were for, but you do know the word plans was brought up.
Oh, so when we captured this other person, they assumed that they had the plans on them and that we now have oh, so we can't even just go to this place because we need to go find the thing that they need first.
Or we turn up there and
Wing
That's
it.
stupid. Because that won't be hard.
I honestly am voting for we take some form of cake recipe with us. I'm acting.
banana bread.
Sure.
Sourdough.
Rock cakes.
No.
Don't make me knife you
Awful.
in your sleep.
Okay,
Yeah,
do we,
alright.
are we going to try and deceive them into thinking that those are the plans?
Unless we know where the real plans are and how to get our hands on them, then I don't see another choice really.
Or
the
we
person
go
who
and
knows-
say we don't have them?
I'm gonna say this, the person that probably knows where the plans is Dion, who they have.
Yeah, because he'd have got the information out of the guy they took. We took.
So is there anyone we can see other than Dion that might have the answer for us?
Can we ask Claude if he knows where Derek got hooked to?
Are there telephones in this world? Can we just ring them?
No,
we've got
there
message.
are no telephones. If anyone has got message though, that's
I have got a message, but it says I need to be able to see them.
Oh, then it's sending. It's that level 3 one.
Yeah, I was just looking at that, but all of the ones I've got.
There
that
are
I have to
places in
see-
Sharn that you can do that though, but you have to pay for it.
Oh,
Essentially, like
you're good at
pay
paying for
phones.
things. Kallus, you're good at paying for things.
Not anymore. Not since that carriage incident.
Bankrupt yourself on the carriage.
So does
Worth
Claude have any clue, like plans or where Derek is?
Claude just kind of looks over and kind of just sort of shrugs and
Claude, do you have any good cake recipes?
very enthusiastically goes behind the bar and pulls up like a thick leather-bound book and just flicks through and just tears out a page and goes, and hands it over to you.
What is it a recipe for?
Diced banana bread.
God damn it,
Yes!
Claude.
Come on! Can I high five him?
Yeah, you certainly can.
The fear of dying, but worth it.
Yeah, no,
He's a dwarf. He's tiny.
a high five
Yeah,
goes
be
off
stronger than me.
without a hitch.
Excellent. I
Have you
take
got
recipe.
any sort of magic that could make this banana bread recipe, at first glance, look like whatever they think it is?
Like a charm or a press your dick in taters.
Press
I
what
wonder if
now?
I still have that spell.
I've got comprehend languages, but it doesn't work backwards. It's not.
Unfortunately, I'm good at stabbing things. That's pretty much it.
So we use obfuscate languages.
Yeah. Dunno.
I never picked it.
And I'm going to do what I feel I'd do in this actual moment, and that is get another drink.
Fair enough. Claude at this point has just given up and just gone back to polishing his shield and just sort of indicates the general arm signal of go help yourself.
Thank you.
Magic mouse. And I could implant a message within an object that is uttered when a
God.
trigger condition is met. And I could basically get it to say that this isn't actually a banana bread recipe, this is the plans. Just disguised for ease or something. I don't know.
Like Jedi mind trick. These are the plans you're looking for.
Yeah, that.
I'll just go with, just look up to the bar and
Please don't sue us for Jedi
Club is-
references.
So just because my guy's been meditating for a week. What house is Dion part of again? What's the
So-
signet ring from?
Boromar.
So Dion is part of the Boromar clan.
Which is the clan we were
the organisation
sort
you're
of-
working for.
we're
So
trying
could
to
we-
work our way up in.
Could we go to them for information on the plan? Could we
Yeah, I'm sure they'd
visit-
have some.
visit wherever their stronghold is, speak to someone there, try and gain the plans so we can actually take them. Or we could just wing it and go with a banana bread recipe.
Should
Right,
we
if-
roll to decide?
If we go to the Boromar, are we under the assumption we're being watched right now? Because if we go to them, what's the chance of them
That's true.
doing stuff to Dion?
What was the name of his prick assistant? Should we go speak to him?
Oh,
I can't remember. I just
Oh,
remember he's a
nah.
prick.
would have been
Yeah.
a shame if he'd got captured instead.
We would not have cared.
Because he was at the posh wine bar with us.
He was,
How
yes.
about-
Yeah, you're thinking of Castar, who is
That was it.
the gnome assistant to the Boromars.
Yeah, he was just a bit of a prick.
So maybe we should hunt him down.
What
Trade him for
about
Dion.
what about if we all roll a d20 And if we get over 40, then we go to the Boromar clan and get some info. If we get under 40, then we're going with the banana bread.
Good lord. Sure.
Up to you. Your plan.
I'm doing it right now. You ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Well, a good start. I got 4, so I really hope you
I
guys.
got 2.
Oh God,
I got a 10.
we're going with the banana bread.
I also got a 10, so yeah, banana bread recipe it
banana
is.
bread it is.
Go.
No, October. Wasn't that? Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Fuck.
Under,
Yeah.
yeah.
Under 40.
We got 26 out of a possible 80.
Well, the dice have spoken.
Banana
Let's
bread
go.
plan it is then.
Certainly
Good
is.
god.
What
I'm
is-
going to point out that I'm protesting this. I wanted to go with one that was blatantly rock cakes.
That's what you have a problem with here is the recipe, not the decision.
That's the takeaway from this.
The problem is, Mick, they didn't want us to take any weapons, and the rock cake could be misconstrued as a weapon.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very true.
So
So it looks like we're going to the cog.
So, do we need to try and stash these weapons on us first, or?
if you're trying
Wow.
to sneak them into the cogs, I'd say you've sort of concealed them about your person, as you would do for just walking through the town right now. Bear in mind that it may become relevant later on to be a bit more discreet with them.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
my spell book, I'm just having it attached to my waist inside my cloak. I'm going to change my cloak to make it like slightly thicker, so it's a bit more concealed.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Are we gonna?
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, are we gonna split like Mick off to be somewhere hidden? That was a question to the group.
I think that's his decision, isn't it?
Okay, Mick. You've how I appreciate that you're good at sneaking. Is it worth you hanging back
So,
in the
yeah.
shadows if this is an ambush, or are we gonna go?
Shall I? I'll try and follow in stealth behind them.
Okay. Fair enough. So, you have decided that your plan, just to recap everything in a nice little neat bow, is that you are going to take one of Claude's recipes for banana bread to the cogs to try and pass off as the quote-unquote plans in exchange for Dion's life.
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds very stupid, but yeah,
And
that's it.
just so I've got it straight in my own head that's the
That's
plan
what
that
we're
you're
going
going
with.
to go with
Yep.
tonight.
Have you put magic mouth on this thing?
I can do if you would like.
It's good to
Do
know that there's
bear
notes
in
in Harry
mind that-
Potter, isn't it?
Do bear in mind that you are a warlock, which means you do still have to adhere to the rules of spell slots.
Oh yes, I always do. I do quite like to forget that.
Yeah.
You can have a
Magic
short
mouth.
rest as we
On-
walk.
It's fine.
I was going to say, on
I-
that note, do make sure that you have all long rested your characters, as you will have received the benefits of long rests.
So that is a 1 slot to do that, but
I have just long rested, so hopefully that'll update on the Twitch thing, because it still says I have 4 health.
I can conjure the Tensor's floating disc, and you can have
I'm
a
gonna-
kip on the way there. Just drag you along behind. It lasts an hour. I can summon it twice. Or you sleep.
what, me?
Yeah, but you get your spell slot
my-
back. Just have a kip on the
Yeah.
back. of the
Okay.
disc.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Only
so-
because I really want to see you use magic mouth on this. For
yeah,
something
I was going.
wicked.
I'd do it anyway. To be honest, I think. So yeah, we will we'll put on it. These are the plans you're looking for.
So you want to
and it
enchant
will
it
be
with magic mouth to say the words, "These are the plans you're looking for."
yeah, and I want it to be triggered by someone saying, "These aren't the plans. This is a banana bread recipe."
So the specific trigger is the word, these
God.
aren't the plans, this is a banana bread recipe.
Maybe just this is a banana bread recipe, just in case he does different words.
Okay. Just making a note of
I don't know why I'm encouraging this. This is gonna go horrendously, like everything we do.
Maybe you should go rent that pink carriage to go there.
Turn up in the pink carriage.
Oh dear.
Bless
And
you.
Bless him.
so the trigger phrase is, this is a banana bread recipe, which will then cause the banana bread recipe to say, these are the plans you're looking for.
Yes, foolproof. Go.
What could
love it.
possibly go wrong?
Absolutely fine. That is now canon.
I
I
know we're
feel
not.
like I might die today.
Wonderful. Okay, so you've cast that on the recipe, and Kallus, you're using Tensor's floating disc as a...
Yeah, like a little floating gurney, I suppose, to just let Notad sleep and recover his spells.
Okay.
If we're permitted to do that. I don't know if you're it's up to you really if you allow him to recover his spells like that
I mean, the disc
while we
itself...
travel.
The disc itself is only about 3 feet in diameter.
It is.
Wait,
But
I am
Notad
3
is
feet
is
2.
a gnome. So yeah, at 2'2", you could comfortably stretch out on this floating
No,
disc.
Sorry, I'm 3'2".
3'2". Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
I
feel
think
a little
dangling
bit
off
of
the
the
edge.
like if you go a little bit fetal and someone wraps a blanket around you, you could probably
Yeah,
like
it'd be fine.
it'd probably just like swaddle you onto the disc. It makes enough sense. I'm happy for that to go ahead because the disc can carry up to
Sure.
500 pounds, and there's no way a 3'2" gnome weighs more than 500 pounds without a
39.
without a serious
Well,
problem.
what the fuck? My ass weighs more than that.
Okay, so as you make your way through the city with Notad taking a little power nap on the floating disc, Mick, are you already going into sort of blending in with the crowd and sneaking along at this point?
Yes.
Okay, can you make me a stealth check, please?
Yes.
Oh, do I have anything to communicate with him? Bollocks, I don't.
I can use message. I can do that
You're
at
asleep.
will. Oh yeah.
That's a 24.
24, fantastic. Okay.
I just want to keep an eye out as we're walking to see if I'm not really the best for it, but just to see if we're being followed or anybody seems to like keep track of us or anybody's other than like people wondering why the hell we're floating a disc through the middle of town with a sleeping gnome on it. People that are kind of watching us.
Yeah. It does attract a little bit of suspicion when you first start out, but as you're making your way down through the sort of tiers of the city, as you get towards the, because the Bountiful Vine is located on one of the upper tiers. So as you're making your way down through the Jura Quarter, as you get to sort of the middle and then the lower tiers, people are paying less and less attention to what appears to be a very sort of sibling kidnapping. Can you make me a... So you're just sort of keeping your eyes peeled, watching the corners and stuff for potential
Yes.
sort of spies and tails. Okay. We'll call that a perception check, please.
Fucking hell. Where's my perception? 6.
6.
All these
Okay.
dice can go to hell.
So yeah, you can't pick anyone out of the crowds. Even when you go through sort of relatively clearer areas, you don't see anyone in particular. You're at this point you're even having trouble tracking where Mick has got to. Like you've lost track of him several times now, and it's almost a little bit infuriating how good Mick is at just not being seen.
Well, that's good.
Heiman,
Yes.
what is your contribution to this procession down through the city?
Oh well, I was just hoping I was going to be walking, but I suppose I could. What could I do? So, someone looking out, someone in stealth, someone having a nap.
Hey.
Maybe I could go up to. Do you know, like you've been out on a night out, you know, and
No.
you see one really drunk person walking down the street doing like shadow boxing to people's faces.
Yeah.
You go, "Ugh, ugh." Maybe I
Oddly
could do a
enough,
bit of
I
that.
might have some recollection of that. Yes.
Yes, I can't think of who might have done that.
We could maybe do something along those lines.
That's
having a
fine.
walk down the street.
What is the intent behind the shadow boxing?
Just practicing.
Intimidation.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
God.
Just roll me a straight intimidation check, please.
Wow, I wish I had a plus on that bad boy with my 5.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Yeah, pretty much everyone assumes you're drunk.
I'll go with it.
Like a couple of the sort of more
Own it.
a couple of the more sort of nervous constitution people just kind of like pull back a little bit. You can see a slight glimmer of fear, like, oh god, is this going to kick off? And they sort of stepped aside, and a few of them keep moving in and out of the way.
I'm picturing, if you've seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the Nightman episode, where what's his face is doing the cat impression across the stage. That's what I'm envisaging is happening right now.
It's not dissimilar.
But every now and again, I throw in the line, "Am I joking? Am I joking? Am I joking?"
Tis
my
but a
God.
prank, fellow.
Yeah.
So, as this is going on, Mick, from your concealed position, you've seen this going on, and you're kind of glad that you're not really obviously part of this procession at this point. But what you have noticed is a figure moving through the crowds with a bit more purpose behind you. You can see as
Behind
the
Me.
as the three of them are sort of making their way, Kallus floating unconscious, Notad, who's doing quite an impressive job of being able to take a nap whilst being floated through a fairly busy city. And Heiman shadowboxing at strangers.
I'm just trying to get people's attention, so
Yeah,
make Mick
you
job
can
a bit
see-
easier.
You've
Yes.
seen this one figure in a cloak that's been maybe 20 feet behind the group at any given point. They don't appear to have seen you, but you've noticed that they have been around about the same distance behind, right the way from maybe about Middle Jura down. So maybe about sort of 30 minutes after you've left, they seem to have joined and followed in behind.
Do I get a look at them at all? Can I recognise them?
Make me an investigation check, please.
Come on, big money.
Drop the dice. That'll be right. 1 second. Oh, nat 20.
Hey!
So from your position, you don't get a good look at their face, but as they move, you recognise that underneath the cloak is what appears to be a Sharn watch uniform, and you can tell by the way that they're walking that they are human,
Man.
and they are probably female.
We better
Wow.
make sure Notad don't wake up.
Sharn watch like the guards, aren't they?
They are, yes. Yep.
So I'm not really surprised that, they've drawn the attention of a guard, to be fair.
What does strike you as odd is that there is
Right.
just one of them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Suspicious.
any way I can mention this without actually being seen. That's the main thing.
just waiting for you to crossbow a note.
Yeah, throw a dagger.
It
with a note
just
attached.
kills me.
I've only got 2 daggers on me, haven't I? I left everything else there.
I would say
Oh,
at
balls.
this point you're making your way through the Dura district, which is part of the sort of the older part of the city. There's a lot of cracked and crumbling stonework, sort of abandoned, kind of like industrial bits,
How
large
about-
buildings, lift shafts, that sort of
So
thing.
there's a lot of people about, right?
There's a fair few people milling about. Most of them are sort of. It's not like a busy high street or anything. These are people sort of. This is just foot traffic. Most of them are on their way somewhere else. Very few people actually really live in Dura and go out during the day. It's quite quite a shady area. It's quite poor. A lot of crime.
exactly.
So most
So-
of these people are sort of going through on their way to somewhere else.
Can I find said like a sort of child or a homeless man and pay them to take a message?
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of sort of beggars and vagrants just sort of knocking around. Make me an insight check.
This,
What have I got
it's going to be like
insight?
Chinese whispers, this is, isn't it? We're going to get a completely
Where the hell's
different message.
insight? Oh, there it is. I got an 11.
Okay. You can see that there is a sort of leaning up against one of the doorways. There is a halfling with sort of cropped, braided, kind of auburn reddish hair, very rugged, kind of pock-marked skin. They've got a sort of Toby jug in the one hand. They're sort of just leering and just pointing at people and just making obscene gestures. The one hand they're holding out has got this sort of like, let's say it's a provocative fox that they've got on there. It's sort of very oddly anthropomorphized. But they
approach-
seem like the most likely candidate. Of the available, let's say, talent, they seem the most conscious and coherent, albeit potentially a bit smashed.
Standard. So I'll approach them and offer them if they could let the weirdos carrying a gnome on a disc know that there's someone following them just behind in a cloak. that I believe.
She looks up at you and just goes, "I had a what?"
Right. I was
I'm
just-
looking
You've got
forward to
very
this.
pretty ears. I like your ears, your little fuzzy ears. I like a fox. I like foxes.
I'm just waiting for him to just shank her now.
Maybe this will get your attention. Do you think you could deliver a message for me? I have a silver.
A silver. Yeah. Sure. What's it for?
You see the people over there with a gnome on a disc?
Kind of looks over and goes, "Oh, you can
there's
see them
6 of 'em."
too.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
yeah. What about 'em?
If you can. In fact, I'm guessing, would I have anything to write a note on? That's.
I mean,
So
have
I've
you
got a
I was gonna
disguise
say,
kit, a poisoner's kit, and a herbalism kit, and thieves' tools.
I'd say in amongst some of that kit, you've got to have a notepad somewhere.
I was gonna say, yeah. I'll write on a note saying you're being followed. Person in a cloak believed to be Sharn watch. but by themselves, question mark.
Okay.
And I'll just say to this lovely drunk person, if you can hand this piece of paper to the monk that's fighting people, trying to fight people,
Gonna
by
get
the
punched.
gnome that's asleep on a disc, I will give you 1 silver.
Okay. I will take 1 silver, please.
No. Hand the note first, then I'll give you a silver.
And come back here.
Yeah.
So take this note to the one of the fighting. Because
Yes.
they've been drinking.
Yes.
Oh, that's fine then. I go have a drink with them and starts to just wander off towards Heiman. They've not taken the note.
Is there anyone else that's not pissed out the face about?
You can see, looking around, I see you did a fairly decent job with your investigation check. There is a there's a say a tabaxi, one of the sort of like cat people, sort of just hiding in an alleyway on the other side of the road. They've got you can see they've got these very bright golden eyes that are just flitting back and forth, looking at the crowd passing by. You recognise that is them. They're looking for a mark. You know that look.
Well, being a thief and that, yeah. Right. I'll approach them.
Okay.
And speak to them in thieves' cant.
Okay. What are you saying?
Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So thieves' cant is like a code language known by thieves and smugglers and pickpockets. It's sort of kind of like very deep Cockney rhyming slang, whereby you could understand that these are. It's not. You understand it's not a separate language, but it's common but rearranged to be indecipherable to anyone who doesn't know it.
I will say, I can see you're on the hunt, but I require some help. Could you possibly deliver this note to those people over there with the gnome on a disc?
You mean the insane elf and the sleeping gnome and the wizard?
That's the ones.
I can deliver a note. How much?
I will give you a 1 gold.
Okay. 10 silver now. Rest on delivery.
Fair enough. I hand them the 10 silver.
It's good.
And the note.
It's good. They sort of pull their hood a little bit further up the face and dart off into the crowd. You're impressed at how quickly they disappeared. Like you just look, you can see that this is clearly some very very well practiced blending into a crowd work that's going on there. Jumping back to the others, Heiman.
Yo.
Whilst you are shadowboxing your way through, you've noticed a figure in front of you of this halfling female that is also now shadowboxing in the opposite direction to you. So when you go left, they look up and they go right.
Okay.
And then when you look right, they take a few moments, realise you go, "Oh yeah, I got one silver as well. Ah, No, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. Oh, come on. Ah, never mind.
Nice.
Wow.
They then sort of
Mhm.
stumble and fall off into a gutter, and they're just lying face down in a load of just waste, just giggling to themselves. They are utterly smashed. As you turn around, there is a cloaked figure directly in front of you. They have got one hand over their shoulder. They've got the right hand over their left shoulder, and between two sort of feline fingers, you can see a little piece of paper, and they're just sort of tapping it against the back.
Okay. Well, I guess I should take the piece of paper and thank them respectfully. Maybe a little bow. I'm going to do a little bow.
As soon as you as you're doing this on the move, you sort of go to bow respectfully. As you stand up straight, they're gone. It's like they were never there.
Graceful.
Like Batman.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Like
the
Catman.
it's the Gordon to Batman scenario. It's like, I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of this. What I need you to... Oh, they've gone.
Oh,
So
well,
you
I
get,
guess
so
I'm going to read
you're
the
now
note.
in possession of Mick's note that lets you know that you are being followed.
Okay. I'm going to unsuspiciously move my way back over to the other two.
Okay.
And without saying anything, hand the note over to Kallus.
Okay. So you are now all aware that you are being followed. Mick, after a few moments having seen this tabaxi disappear into the crowd, you see from your position, you see Heiman sort of bow and then stand up and then move towards Kallus, and then you feel a tap on your shoulder. And the tabaxi is just there with an open palm up towards you.
I will
This
give
is-
them the rest of their fee.
Message delivered. Thank you. And they pocket the gold, look around quickly, and then they hold their hand out towards you,
Mhm.
as if they're going to shake your hand.
I'll take the 1 gold and that. Okay, I'll go to shake their hand.
Okay. You immediately sort of fall into this sort of very elaborate, like, thieves' secret handshake, and then they just disappear.
Excellent.
Like, the last part of the handshake is you both do, like, a turn on the spot, and then by the time you turn around, they've disappeared.
I'll since I've been helped by someone else who's obviously part of the Assassins or Thieves Guild. Obviously, thank them. I will keep my eyes out for what this guard's up to and anyone else that may be with them.
Okay. So, you're following the follower of the followees. Heiman and Kallus, you are aware that you're being followed. As you're making your way through, you start to, like I said, it's quite a rundown area that you've got. So there are quite a few empty and abandoned, kind of almost derelict buildings in there. By this point, you've now made it down to the lower level of the Jura Quarter. You've been on your feet for maybe an hour or so by this point. So, note your short rest would have been completed. So, if you want to, you can wake up and hop off the disc.
Okie dokie. Do it.
Hokey cokey, smoky.
So, as you hop down and bundle your sleeping bag or whatever back up into whatever carry case you've got for it, Kallus and Heiman bring you up to speed that you're being followed. So, everyone is now apprised of the situation. What would you like to do about it?
Do we know what they look like?
All
We
you know
don't, do
is
we?
they're being followed and it's someone in a cloak. And by this point, you've had enough chances to surreptitiously look back over your shoulder and you can see the individual. They're like... They're not it's one of those situations where they are obvious by how much they're trying to not be obvious.
Right.
Like everyone else is doing that thing where they sort of move through a city without, catching anyone's eye, whereas they're moving through, keeping themselves covered, but they're standing up quite straight and they are looking directly towards you the whole time.
I'm just going to say to the other guys, do we want to make a play for this individual
Yeah, let's do it.
before we arrive?
Yeah, I'm down.
How
Shall I
far away is this person? I assume they're
about,
keeping some distance.
they're about 20 foot behind you.
Where's Mick in comparison to them?
Can we see Mick?
We don't even know where he is, do we? Well,
I
I
was going
don't
to say,
with my
Mick
5
has done an
perception.
incredibly good job of remaining hidden. Neither Heiman or Kallus have seen him on this. Notad, if you want to make a perception check, see if you can spot any of the shadows that look particularly Mick-shaped.
Okay.
Who's the quickest out of us? It's going to be you, isn't it? Shawbaw, Heiman.
More than likely, yeah.
Just
Because I am
wondering
very acrobatic.
18.
It's like real life.
Okay. So
Can you tackle him?
Yeah, you again. It's one of those things. This is something that Mick excels at. Every so often, you catch like a glimpse of him darting between a bit of a building, across an alleyway. He's hard to keep track of, but you know roughly where they are. So maybe another 10-15 feet behind the person following you.
Is it worth me casting message to tell Mick to sneak up on this person?
Ooh, good shout. Yeah.
Up to you.
And
Yeah.
And when he's ready to do that, Heiman, can you tackle him?
I certainly can. I can close that gap fast, my friend.
Shall I ask him to make a signal?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he
So-
doesn't. We assume this person doesn't know Mick's there.
I pull out a piece of copper wire out of my fanny pack. And
Next to the hand.
gets caught on a bit of tendon.
Yeah. The hand is like in a gripped shape.
I'll cast message towards where I had last seen Mick. And yeah, just say we're going to apprehend this person. You lead the charge. Just give us the signal.
Okay. So Mick, you hear this. You hear Notad's voice directly inside your head. It's a mixture of reassurance that there is a plan and frustration that they managed to see you.
Right.
That took a while. I thought you disconnected then for a second.
No, I was just looking what I can use as a signal. That's
Got any
Shoot him in the
flares?
leg.
yeah. Use as a signal. I've stabbed them.
He's dead.
I think you'd gain from sort of context clues that they're aware that if you make a move, that will probably be the signal because they'll be keeping an eye out for you.
Well, you can reply, can't you, to Notad? Or actually, no, can you on that one?
No, I don't believe you can.
Lame.
So, how far in front of me is this hooded person?
Sorry, did you cast message, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mick can reply to that.
Alright.
Oh.
I will shoot him in the leg.
With what?
Oh yeah, can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. I didn't hear that.
He'll just find a gun or something, won't he?
No, I actually have a bell, so...
Just say go. We'll just say go because I can hear it apparently.
Oh,
yeah,
sweet.
so how far behind this person am I?
You're about 10-15 foot behind them.
And is there any good place we could apprehend them coming up, like an alleyway or anything like that?
there's like the district that you're walking through now is like the poorest of the poor district. If you can, there's plenty of like alleyways and little like abandoned buildings that you could potentially drag someone into or duck into with them.
Okay, then in that case, I will reply to Notad and say, I'm moving now,
Yep.
and go to sneak up behind this person
That's the signal, boys. Here we go.
and
Okay.
put a dagger to them.
And then I am going to simultaneously dash as fast as I can towards Mick.
Okay. So Mick, you're sort of holding them at dagger points.
Yeah.
Heiman, you're making a dash to sort of restrain the person, or
Just to support Mick. If he's already got him
Okay.
sustained with a... yeah. If he's already got him with a dagger, I'm just going to be there to protect him.
Okay. So as you do this, Mick, you've got you make your move. You've got the dagger in their back. Heiman, like a whip of wind, you are straight there next to them. It's almost like the space in between where you were and where you are doesn't exist.
That's
Nice.
You're just bamf, like there. It's like none of the crowd has barely had to move for you. So Mick, you've got your dagger into this person's back. What are you going to do?
Hide it into their rib cage.
Wow.
First of all, pull the hood down so we can see who it is.
Okay.
Is it Mike?
As you pull the hood down, you see that it is a female human, very close cropped black hair, and you feel almost a sense of disappointment as you recognise the face of Sergeant Vilroy of the Sharn Watch, the contact who put you in touch with the Boromars when you first arrived in Sharn. She looks down at you and goes, Mick, nice work. Didn't see you there. Your friends, however, need to work on their stealth tactics a little bit.
Free with a distraction, love.
yeah.
I'm still going to ask why she's here by herself following.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have this conversation away from interested ears. She indicates towards one of the abandoned buildings off to the side and just kind of walks over, looks around and heel kicks the door in and then just ushers you inside.
I'll follow.
Okay. As you make your way in, Heiman, you get a sudden sort of tingling sensation on the back
In
of
your
your neck.
trousers.
And as you go to close the door, you see a set of metal fingers come around the frame and just push it open, revealing the form of our late arrival, everyone's favourite sorcerer above suspicion, Mr. James Harper. Please introduce yourself.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Hi, I'm Mikey of Bedrock, the Warforged Storm Surge Sorcerer, and my gods, what a day I've had. Oh, oh. I went to the Cog Carnival, but before that, there was someone at the bar that was taking a beating. I think he squealed or something. They were all talking about it. I didn't pay attention because I was late for the Cog Carnival, which was great. There was as much oil as I could drink. There was as many bolts as I could chew. It was fantastic. No organisms inside. Sorry.
Nice
So-
to see you too.
How are you?
We'll go ahead
happening?
and montage the catch-up period here. So, Michael, you're brought up to speed that a package was delivered to the Bountiful Vine containing the severed hand of what the party believes to be Dion. The severed hand came with instructions to bring a set of plans to the Cogs, which is the lower levels of the city of Sharn. The plan so far is to present a banana bread recipe as the plans, but they have been enchanted by Notad with the magic mouth spell, so that should anyone say the trigger phrase, "This is a banana bread recipe," the recipe itself will announce that these are the plans you're looking for.
Right.
Solid plan. We rolled for it. I'd just like to point out,
Part
Master.
of the note also agreed that everyone was to come unarmed, so pretty much everyone has left their equipment at
Should I
the Bountiful
disassemble?
Vine.
Should I disassemble? Should I? These come right off. Like, you know,
What are they? Your arms?
it's. I
He's
I
gonna
noticed.
take it literal.
I noticed
Yeah, if you're
you.
disarmed.
I
as well.
noticed you guys still have them though.
Yeah, it doesn't mean like your
Is this
physical
one
arm.
of those fleshy things?
Little bit.
Figure of speech, Master.
Right, right. Yes, yes. I knew that. So
Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and just montage this bit a little bit quickly. Sergeant Vilroy informs you that they have been made aware of the Dask have been making moves against sort of artificers and arcane repositories throughout the city, and they seem to be collecting something and gathering something down to the cogs. Vilroy was investigating reports of Dask agents basically stealing arcane tech bits and pieces when they happen to bump into you on your way to the cogs. On you relaying the story of the hand and the note, they can't say that they're surprised that this is a measure that the Dask would go to, both how brazen it is and how obviously brutal it is to send a severed hand to someone. What they have provided you with is knowledge of a likely Dask hideout within the cogs and a entrance point which the Dask may not be expecting you to use. So they within the cogs are sort of conglomerations of like infrastructure and sewerage systems that form what are referred to as cog hubs, and these would normally either like sort of large waste disposal facilities, because the cogs form part of the sort of sewerage system for the city. Some of them were used as forges and furnaces to channel a material known as Fernian lava, which is a type of sort of arcane magma that isn't so much forced up from the earth as it is summoned up. And one of the major houses within Sharn, House Cannith, who are responsible for quite a lot of the sort of larger kind of engineering projects. Like if something has been built as part of Sharn, chances are House Cannith has been involved in the construction process at some point. They used to essentially harvest this through various summoning rituals. The hub that Vilroy is investigating is, as far as they know, after having spoken with House Cannith representatives, is an abandoned cog hub, as it was no longer, it was previously a forge, but the sort of vein of lava, as it were, ran dry several decades ago, and it's been unused for that time. They're quite happy to show you the way to the entrance. They guide you through a couple of back streets, and you come across a sewer grate which has the symbol of House Cannith, which is the mark of making, on there. At this point, Vilroy says their farewells, wishes you luck, and disappears back off into the crowd.
Ooh.
That was
So,
useful.
well, that was not worth me breaking stealth. Stupid. woman.
I will say the way that they have directed you to this, it's like essentially it is a huge manhole cover set into a back alley somewhere. In order to get there, you've had to go through quite a lot of like ruined buildings and broken architecture. It is well away from the sort of main thoroughfares that you've been travelling along so far.
Well, do we need a distraction? Because I now know that I'm good at distracting.
At this point, you are so far away from the crowds that a distraction would actually draw attention to you in the wrong way. You would have to go out. You're at a point where a distraction would actually be a hindrance. That's how far away you are from a crowd.
Kind of eerie how this is the same as the entrance to the carnival.
What?
It just looks the same, you know?
As in, it is the same or just looks the same?
Just looks the same. Different place.
I was going to say, your carnival
Okay,
was
let's
in a
go.
sewer?
Shall we drop down?
Yeah.
Let's.
Okay. You quite easily managed to lift the cover off and drop down. There is a fairly rusted ladder that sometimes feels a little bit precarious, but you're able to make your way down. And you find yourself in a large stone hallway. It's round, probably about a sort of circular, shaped like a big tube with a flat flooring, probably about 20 feet in diameter. There is a gentle incline to it, so you can see that in one direction it drops down, the other direction it rises up. There are little glow globes set in at intervals along this tunnel, and there are various sort of like iron fixings and bits and pieces about 2/3 of the way up the sides there, with a sort of narrow like cut through in the wall that could be used as a sort of rudimentary footing to get up to the globes. You assume it's for maybe sort of maintenance or upkeep of the lighting when this was still in use. So, you're in the hallway. What would you like to do?
Ooh.
Start moving forward slowly.
Well, you've got
Can we
two
look
directions. You
like-
can either go down or you can go up following the incline.
I always like going down.
Eh.
Oh,
Ha, that's another fleshy joke, isn't it?
It's a particularly flashy joke.
Ha, 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 ha.
get the hand out.
Down I go.
Okay,
Down,
we'll
down,
go
down,
down, I guess.
down, 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 down.
Okay.
You're beautiful.
Down, down, deeper and down.
My cure, can you make me a perception check, please?
Perception, you say?
Yes, please.
Poitonly.
That must be a -3 for you.
That would be an 11.
Okay. As you're sort of following this incline down through this tunnel, you suddenly become aware of, first of all, a bit of a draft following down the incline. You can see sort of various cloaks and garments just being moved by the wind, and you sort of think nothing of it. Then you start to notice the air temperature is getting a little bit warmer. And again, you're not quite sure, but you're fairly close to the. You're sort of heading down into the bowels of the earth. It's not unreasonable that it will start to get warmer. And then you sort of stop for a moment, just take a quick look around, in front, behind, in front, behind. And you notice from the tunnel rising up behind you, there seems to be this sort of light, this sort of orange-yellow hue, growing brighter and brighter. You can notice the sort of kind of growling, this rumbling sound, almost like similar to rushing water. It's got a very sort of fluid vibe to it.
Ooh.
And you can start to feel the ground sort of starting to tremble just a little bit.
That's not good. That's not good. Why is the ground trembling? Guys?
Guys,
Team?
We
Snake,
all
Snake.
It's rumbling. It's rumbling. But I press on. For we must press on.
That's your new thing.
As you all stop and take notice of Micah's
Ungainly.
apprehension, you look to the rising tunnel behind you, and you, sure enough, you see the orange-yellow light growing brighter and brighter and brighter, and the sound growing louder and louder, and the vibrations through the floor getting more and more intense. And a few moments later, you see this wall of glowing lava barreling down the tunnel towards you.
Ah, shit.
Oh,
And that's where we're going to take a break.
Of course
great.
we are. You. Every time
Always.
Every
Whoa.
time.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh,
Ooh, DM.
oh, I do the DM chuckle at the cliffhanger.
Oh.
We'll take a break and we'll be back
What
in
kind
about
of DM leaves a hangover cliffhanger?
a hangover
A
cliffhanger.
hangover.
Shut up!
So
Right.
make your turn. Charlie goes, Nani?
Nutty. Right, we'll
Nani
be
the
back.
fuck?
We'll be back in about 10 minutes to see how this shit plays out.
Nani
We don't
Sundayo, Dice Roll fans.
And we're back, Dice Roll fans.
What?
So, just to recap, you are down in one of the lower tunnels inside the cogs, the lower levels of Sharn. You're making your way down into a dark hideout, and there is an oncoming wall of lava pouring through this tunnel towards you. You've all got about maybe 30 seconds before it hits you. What do you do?
We're gonna die.
Screaming.
Screaming
Control
like a
flames
little
work
girl.
on it.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Let's have a
It's not really flame, I guess.
It's about to become it.
Mm.
I thought they said these tunnels were issues. Bunch of bastards.
To be fair, I'd only be able to extinguish 5 foot of it.
Yeah,
5
this
foot cube
is
of it,
this is
which
certainly more than 5 foot. It is occupying the
Yeah.
entire width of the tunnel, about halfway up. So this is about sort of 20 foot 20 foot wide, about 10 foot deep. Of this wave that's coming towards you.
What else is around us? Like, is it literally just the entrance that we've come through above us, and that's it?
That has you've gone so far down the tunnel now that is now behind the wall of lava.
Oh, so it's coming from that way,
Yeah.
so we can. Oh.
There are various, like I say, bits of like ironwork and stuff sticking out of the walls about 2/3 of the way up, and there's a little sort of ledge that you could use to get up there.
I'm going to take this point to use my tempestuous magic and fly up to 10 feet in the air.
He's just gonna float off and fuck us all over. Screw you guys!
just while I can just hover with you guys, but at the same time I touching the floor. The floor is lava.
The floor is lava.
Oh,
Did you say there was
dear.
a way to get up and there's a ledge that the lava won't get us on?
Yeah, so like I say, there's a ledge about halfway up, but there are some iron fixtures of hanging out of the walls.
Okay.
Do you think I could
Um,
slow it down? Do you think I could slow it down using Ray of Frost on the lava?
How high up are we talking?
So I'd say the ledge is about halfway up, so it's about 10 foot off the floor, and then the fixtures are a little bit further up than that, so probably about sort of 15 foot up. Ray of Frost, I would say probably not going to do much to slow it down.
Not
I'm gonna
even.
misty step onto the ledge.
Ooh.
So
I'm
guys, see you later, bye.
I'm gonna float up to it using tempestuous magic and then scrabble up.
I'm just gonna try and run, I guess.
Okay, so Tempestuous
Oh,
Magic,
lovely.
you do have to cast a spell of first level or higher.
Oh, it's a bonus action.
Yeah.
But what if I promise to cast a first level spell later?
It is so the way Tempestuous Magic works is it's a bonus effect after you cast a spell that allows you to fly up to 10 feet.
Well,
So you cast
fine.
Ray of
so
Frost
as
at
you
the lava and then
cast
go-
as you cast your spell, you get this sort of like following tempestuous tailwind that then allows you to fly.
Okay. What if I quickly threw out a cheeky color spray?
That would work.
Cool.
Take that, lava.
Consider it done.
It's now
Take that,
green lava.
you shit.
I'm fabulous, not to be fly.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
lava
I'm
becomes
a join
pink.
notad on the ledge using a cheeky colored spray and then tempestuous magic.
Okay. So what form does the colour spray take? So
One
it's
of panic. It's definitely a
Brown.
spray, more of a flurry of just all kinds of colors. There's no real concentration to it. It's just coming out like
okay,
yeah,
so
it's
given
literally coloured
given the generalized
spray.
panic of your spell
A
casting,
lot of yellow. A lot of yellow
it's-
for
yeah,
cowardice.
it's a
I
lot
would
of
say.
yellows and reds and like hazard colours, And as you're sort of casting them out from your hand, you feel this sort of gust pick you up and just lift you up to safety.
Kind of like a "Ah!" as
Yeah.
I float up. Yeah, Doppler effect.
So Notad and Micah have made their way to safety of the ledge. Mick, what are you doing?
Thinking shit and then climbing up the wall as fast as possible.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
That's fine. So if both of you guys can make me an athletics check, please.
Oh no.
Athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Oh, that's
And
distinctly
whilst they're
average.
doing that, Heiman, what is your response to this?
Well, I'm hoping that I can do some form of acrobatic jump slash run at the wall, flippy, matrix style.
Hop a wheelie.
Dope monkey.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah, like sort of sideways flip.
Yeah.
I'm doing the part cat sort of feline. Fuck.
Okay, yeah, so Hyman, if you can go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check, please. Whilst
I
you're
would
doing
bloody
that,
love to.
we'll come back
Oh
to
God!
Kallus and... So, Kallus and Mick, what did you get?
13.
Okay,
18.
okay. So both of you are able to make your way up to the safety of the ledge. As the oncoming wall of lava is making its way towards you, Notad and Michael, you are just above level. You can feel the heat tickling at your toes. Kallus and Mick, you've made your way up to the sort of the iron fixtures a little bit higher up, so you're not quite as close to the danger zone. Hyman,
Danger
Yep.
zone.
what was your acrobatics roll?
Well, you might as well just say I'm dead.
What did you
It was
get?
nice knowing you all. I got a 7.
Okay. So you see your master float off without you. You see your friends scurrying up the walls, and in a moment of almost split tactical thinking, you sort of run one way and then the other, and then just sort of take off up the wall. You manage to catch the ledge, and you go to grab for one of the bits of ironwork sticking out the wall. And as you grab hold of it, you feel this sort of drop in your stomach as it shifts
Do I see
As-
this happening?
out of the wall. Not in time to do anything about it, I would say.
So I'm gonna. So I take it I'm gonna fall. Ish.
You feel the sensation of the iron giving way. You
Hi, Felicia.
His name's Heiman. He's been with us for weeks now.
and you begin to fall backwards, and the rest of you turn, and this is all sort of happening in slow motion now. You turn, and you can see Heiman falling away from the wall. This look of shock on his face. At the same time, coming from the direction of the lava flow, you hear this a noise you've not heard before. It's almost joyous. It's this kind of rumbling, almost like cheering noise. It's growing louder and louder. And as you turn to look at the direction the lava's coming from, you can see a figure moving on top of the lava flow. And as they get closer, you can see that they are a squat humanoid on some sort of flat object. As they draw closer and closer, you can see that it's Clod in a very brightly coloured,
Oh, fuck.
short-sleeved shirt and short-cut trousers, standing on the shield that you saw them polishing at back at the Bountiful Vine. And they're having the best time. They're kicking the shield left and right and going with the flow of the lava, and you can just hear this "Woo!" And they swoop past just in time to catch Heiman as they're falling, and then disappear off down the tunnel. After a few moments, the lava flow starts to subside and the level starts dropping.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
Did it seem to be magical, that lava, or was it triggered by something?
Make me an Arcana check.
Hawkeye. I'm good at this,
Hawkeye.
supposedly. 14.
Yeah, that's some magic lava.
Can we see its origin? Like, is someone cast it? Can we see where it's come from? Or
You can't see, like I say, the tunnel as you look sort of back up the slope now is pitch darkness, save for the little glow globes that are set along the roofs. As you sort of like move a little bit up the tunnel, a little bit down the tunnel, you can tell that the sort of draw of the magic is going in the direction that the lava's gone.
okay. I say we just carry on like nothing happened.
Sure.
We press on.
We press on.
So you dismount from your various safe spots and continue making your way down the tunnel. After about 10 minutes or so of walking, you find Heiman just sort of leaning against one of the walls, kind of just very glad to have not perished in a flow of lava, and still processing the knowledge that they've been saved by a lava surfing dwarf.
I lightly pat out one
Praise
of the
the
stray small flames on his robes.
How the hell did Claude get here so quickly?
Have you been following us, Claude?
Is Claude even here still?
No, Claude is nowhere to be seen.
Oh. Bye, Claude.
Who is lava surfing?
Who
Dwarfish
the hell
little
is that guy?
ninja.
How did he do that?
How did I get here?
Wait a minute, is Claude the person that stitched us up?
I'm starting to think he's the big bad in this.
I'm checking in on Heiman. I'm seeing how he's doing.
It's very emotional.
Did your life flash before your eyes, and was it really boring?
Or did you just have a great time lava surfing with Claude?
You know, you gotta take the wins and the fun where you can.
Yes, but you would have just melted, evaporated even. Lava's very hot, especially for fleshies.
It certainly is.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine just evaporating like from toe to tip? Oh,
Toe
that
to
must be
what?
horrible. Toe to tip. That's what I said.
Tip.
Not to
Tip.
tip.
With
Get
the
your
tip
mind
of
out
your-
the gutter.
to the tip
No,
of your
Tad, stop
head.
touching yours.
Just the tip.
This is a fleshy
The arm
thing.
doesn't want his hand back sticky.
So where are we now?
In a cave or dungeony type passageway thing.
This is very
Probably rather
boring. This
warm.
isn't as interesting as the carnival. Where are we going? We need to go. Let's go.
So looking
Okay,
around,
let's-
you can see that the just behind where Hyman's taking a bit of a rest, there is a just above the sort of walkway ledge, there is a tunnel leading off to the side there. You can also see that at Hyman's feet is a large sack.
Is he
What
just
kind of
pleased
sack?
us? Is he pleased to see us?
I will investigate the sack.
Oh, you dirty.
Okay.
Of course you will.
As you open it, you find there is a note tied to the top of the sack, and in a very sort of blocky handwriting. It says, it just says, "Thought you might need these." And when you open the bag, stashed inside is basically all of the equipment you left back at the Bountiful Vine.
Oh, Clod. He's a hero. He managed to surf on lava, save someone, and drop all of our weapons off at the same time.
MVP.
I mean,
Yeah.
if he is the big bad, I'm joining him.
Yeah, I think I will.
All hell, Claude.
I don't see any arms in this bag.
Did you leave your arms there?
Arms is another turn of phrase for weapons.
Oh, I don't have those either. Oh. Oh, that was really irrelevant for me.
You don't have a turn
Okay.
of phrase, no arm.
Let's carry on, shall we, gang?
Let's go.
So,
People are ruining my carnival time.
as you make your way down the alleyway leading off the main tunnel, you start to hear a few sort of voices chattering away, very sort of high, harsh voices. And as you carry on down this tunnel, you can see a bit more of a light ahead of you. And as you approach the end of it, sort of standing around this little like cast iron stove with their backs to you, you can see a goblin and a couple of kobolds. There is smoke pouring out of this thing, and it's just sort of starting to create this kind of haze in the ceiling. Along the room itself continues on, and there's another doorway at the far side. But down either side of this room, you can see 3 doors on either side with iron bars, a big sort of heavy door, a little window at the top with some iron bars on them.
Can I check to see if the door's unlocked?
You can certainly try.
I shall.
So how are you going about doing this?
I'm just going to have a little test to the handle to see if it's got a bit of, like, you know, the give that you get when it will open.
Okay. Try and do this quietly, or are you just boldly strolling into this room?
I mean, a little casual, but like, well, I mean, as in a little cautious, but mostly casual.
Okay, fair enough. If you can go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check, please, to gently test the door.
12.
Okay. So you're careful enough not to draw the attention of the creatures in the room. And as you try the handle, there's, you know, you're nice and gentle about it, but there is no give there. You can see there's a keyhole underneath, but there's no movement on the handle. It's like a big cast iron ring on there. You can tell that it's, you know, supposed to be sort of turned and pulled, but there's just no give to the turn motion on it.
Reckon you can unlock it, Mick?
If there's a lock on it.
There was a keyhole, wasn't there?
Yep, there's a keyhole.
Yeah, I'll get my thieves' tools out and try and pick the lock.
Okay. So if you can go ahead and again, sleight of hand check with. Have you got proficiency with? You've got proficiency with thieves' tools, surely.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So sleight of hand check +2 because you're proficiency with thieves' tools. What are the rest of you up to whilst this is going on?
I am going to cast Mage Armor on myself and Magic Weapon on Mick's, whichever his main dagger is.
Either of them.
Yeah,
Bless me, sorry.
bless you.
Bless you indeed.
Blessings be upon you this fine evening.
Thank you, Master.
That's a 17, Tom.
17. Nice. Okay. Mike, what are you up to?
I guess I'm like peeking over people to see if I can get a look in through the door, even though the door's not open yet. I'm just kind of like impatient. I'm wondering when the door's gonna open so I can get in and deal with what I have to deal with before I can go back to the carnival.
Okay. And Heiman?
I was thinking about meditating, but I don't think it's quite the right time. Do I practice my boxing? I mean, it seems to be the theme of this show. I'm just gonna go over to Mick. I'm gonna get right up to his shoulder and watch what he's doing.
Okay. So, Mick, you effortlessly managed to pick the lock on this. This is not a difficult lock for someone of your skill to get into. And as you feel the final sort of click of the last barrel in there move, you turn the handle and start to open the door. At this point, two things happen. As you look inside the cell, you can see a slumped humanoid figure against the far wall. The hair is matted with blood and sweat, and what appears to be his once very fine clothes are torn and smeared with dirt, and they are missing their left hand. What the rest of you notice is that the goblin and the two kobolds standing by the stove have turned around and started pointing at you, with one of them going, "Sound the alarm!"
Fireball.
Don't do that.
I don't know how that song goes.
Is it one goblin and two kobolds, you say?
One goblin and two kobolds who have just declared to sound the alarm. I'll need everyone to roll initiative, please. Now, Kallus, you did say firebolts.
Yep. Whichever one shouted.
Okay, that's fine. So you will get surprise at the start of the round.
Hooray!
I got a 6 on my initiative. I don't have much initiative. I am below expectations for initiative.
Okay, roll. I got a 9.
Moderate initiative.
So sorry, that's a 6 for Mick, 6 for Notad, 9 for Mike.
17 for me.
17 for Kallus. Heiman?
20.
Damn.
I've had shit rolls all
Boy.
night, and when I don't
Oh.
need it,
It's always initiative.
And Mick?
21.
Now. Okay, so. Let's have a look. Where are we? So, Kallus, you get your surprise first of
This is
all.
gonna miss you watch.
And you are going to firebolt at. It's going to be one of the kobolds that has screamed "Sound the alarm."
Yeah, whichever one.
Cool.
It's 15 to hit.
Fantastic. Where are we?
What the hell's my D10? That one. That's a D12.
Sorry, that's 15 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Describe the firebolt going off, please.
As quickly as I can lift my arm, I just point in the direction of the kobold and just straight towards his chest.
Are you just finger gunning a firebolt?
Yep.
At a tiny lizard boy.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. So
Kallus is finger blasting a kobold.
that
Damn
definitely hits. Roll some damage, please.
That's 10.
10. Yeah, you just straight up shot a kobold's head off with
it.
firebolts.
Roy.
So yeah, one of the kobolds is now dead sans skull. And we go into the initiative order now. So Mick, you're up. Heiman, you're on deck. Followed by
How far
Kallus,
away are
then
these
Michael, and
guys
then Nosat.
from us?
Probably about 15 feet.
In that
They're
case,
super close.
I'm going to lunge at the goblin and use sneak attack.
Okay, that's fine. So if you can go ahead and roll to hit with, I'm assuming your dagger, your magic dagger.
Yes. What does magic weapon do to it? Is it add
It-
plus
it-
1?
Yes, it does. To attack and damage. And it counts as magical for the
In that
case.
case.
Over
That's 22 to hit.
stuff.
Yep, that definitely hits.
10 damage is that one. Plus 3 with your thing. Oh, it's a crap roll.
Assassinate. Oh no, they know we're here.
Can't. Yeah. So
Or is
that's
it they
five,
have...
5 damage on the first attack.
Okay, so you have really mullered this goblin. You've done some serious damage to the goblin at this point. But they are still fighting. They're desperately sort of like trying to still draw their sword at this point.
And then obviously I'll come in with a second dagger if I can,
Yep.
break his legs.
which is a nat 20 to hit.
Oh, he's done.
You know what? Just roll the damage. I just want to see how. I'm not gonna lie. He's dead. I want to see how dead.
Well, I just maxed out my damage roll, so that's 8, 9, 10 damage on the second one.
Nice.
God.
Nice.
Is that doubled as well to 20 damage?
No.
Oh.
It's 4 damage doubled to 8 plus 2.
Yeah. So yeah, the first one goes off just as the goblin is trying to grab their scimitar out. They're just like ah. As they open their mouth to scream, the second dagger just comes in through the roof of their mouth into the brain.
Also, I forgot to use the sneak attack damage as well, so that would have been on top. But it's
At this point, you're really just sort of preparing them for some sort of pie. Like you've destroyed them. They're nothing but a lump of crumpled meat.
I mean, the sneak attack damage, if you would like to know, would have been an extra 7. But you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still dead.
Yeah. No, I'm fairly certain at that point that's
I'm just
that's what,
stabbing a dead
70.
corpse.
That's
Damn it!
yeah, 22 damage to a goblin in a single turn. They're quite dead.
Mick
Ah,
really
man.
dislikes goblins. Okay.
Yeah. Dare I ask,
was
is there anything else on your turn?
I cannot do anything else.
Fair enough. Heiman, you're up. Kallus,
Yeah.
you're on deck.
So Goblin's dead. There's just one kobold left.
I'm gonna head straight to that kobold.
Okay.
I'm gonna get there fast.
The kobold has barely had time to process what's going on. If it did, it would be bricking it quite hard right now.
So it frickin' should. I'm
Just
gonna run
about
straight
to-
at it, and
Yep.
hopefully with the momentum that I'm travelling, I'm gonna unarm strike the mother right in
Gonna
the
punch
face.
its dick through its brain.
Roll to hit, please.
So let's hope this rolls with me. 15 to hit.
That definitely hits.
So that's a left one,
Yep.
and the left one's hitting for 7 damage.
Okay.
And then if he's still alive,
right
I'm
one?
I'm going with the right one. That is a 8 hit.
8 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason that the second strike didn't hit is because it's very difficult for you to connect your right fist to a kobold that has just been crumpled across a cast iron stove by your left fist. So the
Fair.
first strike came in and just mullered this thing, and you just heard this sickening crunch as your fist broke every bone in its face and the cast iron stove broke every bone in its back. Your second fist, out of just years of training and discipline, came in to follow up on a target that wasn't there. And you sort of just,
that mainstream.
you just kind of look down and just go, yeah, still got it. At this
Blowing
point,
cobalt off his fist.
no alarm has been raised. All hostile creatures in the area are deceased. We're out of
Wonderful.
initiative.
Excellent. That was totally worth.
We're getting better at this.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
the cell is open and you can see that there is this dishevelled figure slumped against the wall at the back of us.
I feel like the letter was a bit of an empty threat now. I feel like. No.
I feel like that might not have been just it.
yeah, I think
I think there's going to be a boss level.
I'm gonna have a look around just to see if there's anybody else that, or something else we might have missed, like a trap or people waiting somewhere hidden.
Okay.
away.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check. Just do a quick round to check what everyone else is up to. Heiman,
Yep.
what are you up to?
Well, I'm recovering from the adrenaline rush that I've just had. I've just got this pent up energy, so I'm just randomly doing backflips. Why the fuck not?
Cool. That's fine. Not even going to make you roll for that after how brutal a beatdown you just put on that kobold. So yeah.
Would you like athletic or acrobatics? I'll let you
Let's
pick.
call this acrobatics.
To see how fancy
Oh,
it
for
is.
fuck's sake, 8.
Yeah. The first 10 or 15 backflips are absolutely flawless. The 16th one, you catch just a little bit of goblin gobbet and gobbet.
Damn it.
Mycure, what are you up to?
I'm looking round for the. I'm looking round. I'm just looking round. I'm looking around, still impatient, still like, well, where's Dion? Where's Dion so we can go home and I can go to the carnival? That's all I'm thinking in my head. I'm just waiting for everything to be.
You're obsessed with this carnival today.
It's really good.
It's really good.
You wouldn't understand, okay? You don't know.
Damn.
You don't know me. You don't know
Um,
my carnival.
Okay. Mick, what are you up to?
Didn't you say Dion was in a corner somewhere?
There is a dishevelled Dion-like humanoid figure slumped against
I'm
the back
going
wall
to
of
go
the
and
cell
check
that you've
that
just
out.
opened.
So as I
Okay.
okay, so I'm gonna go over to the man and I'm like, "Are you Dion? Are you Dion? Are you Dion? Can we go home now? Are you Dion?"
And Notad, what are you doing?
Is there anything, like, just looking around the room, is there anything of note that would sort of pique my interest?
No, Tad.
No, there's no
Um,
women there.
If you can also make me an investigation check, please. So, Kallus, what did you get on your investigation?
18.
18. Okay. Looking around the room, you can see that all of the other cells are empty. There are, after careful consideration, there are no traps. But you
Okay.
can see that there is a significant amount of sort of disturbance in like the debris and dust on the floor leading into and out of this room through the far entrance you did not come in through. So there's the lava tunnel, the entrance you came in through, this room, and then another entrance on the far side. It is the far side doorway that you can see a lot of traffic through. Notad, what did you get on your investigation?
13.
13. Very similar. You have to kind of like hop up to see through the doors where the window grate is because it's a little bit just above your head. But again, you confirm what Kallus sees. All the cells are empty. And again, both of you are now sort of at this far doorway looking through on there. Mick, the figure slumped against the wall kind of looks up at you, and you can see this absolutely just battered and broken face, which, looking at it, could have at some point been Dion. And at Mycure's insistence, they look up, and Mycure, you recognise that this is definitely Dion, looking a little bit different to how they normally would. And they start to very sort of unsteadily get to their feet, their hands, or their hand and feet are manacled to the wall. as they bring themselves up onto their knees, start to stand up. You can hear them beginning to chuckle.
Uh-oh.
They
It's a trap.
raise their hands, their hand and stump, to brush the filthy hair out of their face. The ends of their arms begin to shimmer, and this wave of sparkling golden light cascades from now both hands down over the body, transforming them from this tarnished, dirty form back to the usual splendour with which you're accustomed to seeing Dion. The hair is perfect, the face is clean, the clothes are pristine, and as the sort of shimmer makes its way down to the floor, you can see that the manacles vanish completely, leaving behind a set of completely open manacles attached to the wall, lying on the floor. And Dion looks at you and goes, I'm so glad to see you. For a minute there, I thought I might have to do some work today.
So you're saying that you could have escaped yourself, but you didn't?
Well, they've only had me for a few days. It really wasn't much to...
You wanted a
issue.
vacation?
It's a time off. I mean, it's nice and warm down here. It's basically a spa.
Felicia almost died trying to save you.
Who is Felicia?
Sorry, Heiman.
Whose hand did they send us?
Felicia, where's that coming from?
Because I said bye, Felicia, when you almost died.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the hand. Funny story. So the guards came in and they said, "Ooh, we're going to cut off your hand and send it as a message." I mean, I was reclining on my bench at the time. They just saw me chained up to the wall and, well, I mean, goblins are not notoriously smart. It's very difficult for them to count, and sort of gestures over to the sort of right-hand wall of the cell. And you can see there is the body of a goblin slumped up against the wall, missing a left hand.
Fleshy's so funny.
I mean, you do have to hand it to my guards. They're barely paying attention.
Wow.
What do you mean?
I'd applaud them, but they'd only get half of it.
Half more than fucking Mike.
Dion,
Yes,
is this a fleshy thing?
it is a fleshy thing.
Okay.
I suppose you'd like this back, and I hand him back his ring.
Ah, thank you. I did have to sell the illusion somewhat, but it's good to have this back. Thank you very much. Mick, as you just quickly go through your pack to see what the hand looks like, you've just pulled out like this severed goblin hand.
It's
Which is-
in Notad's pocket, the hand. I just had the ring.
Oh, apologies.
In my fanny pack.
No, Tad. There's a goblin hand in your fanny pack.
Wonderful. I'll use
Keep
that
for
later.
later.
Yep.
Well, seeing as you're here, you may as well follow up on my work. I really do need to go and take a shower. I've been sweating up a storm. It seems that the Darsk have taken up residence here after House Cannith abandoned the site. There is an arcane forge down in the lower levels that has been reactivated, but quite frankly, I'm not entirely sure what purpose it serves. Now, the Darsk seem to have had some interest in the plans that you recovered from our dear friend Derek. Are you
yes, we brought
familiar
those with
with...
us.
Ah, excellent. Do you have them?
Yes.
Yes.
Kallus, hand them the plans. Sandy on the plan.
I hand over the recipe.
Dion takes
I'm
it.
just,
looks
I'm
at it and
just gonna watch him do it.
Dion
I'm
just
not
takes a
gonna
look
do
at it and goes,
myself.
"This appears to be some sort of instructions for cooking fruit bread."
I knew this would happen.
I mean, these are not the plans that we recovered from Derek. This is a banana bread recipe.
Hey!
And as soon as he
Hey!
says it, holding the recipe up towards you, you see a pair of lips appear on the recipe, remarkably similar to Notad's, that just blurt out, "These are the plans you're looking for."
Well, that was worth the effort.
Worth
Right.
all of it.
Dion kind of looks down and goes, This was your plan."
Yep.
Not mine. I was at a carnival,
I mean, my plan was to kill everyone.
and I
I
really
think
want
we're
to go
doing that
back
well.
to.
I can't say I'm surprised. Now, back to business. Are any of you familiar with the infernal combustion engine?
No.
Would I be, since I worked for House Cannith?
Ooh.
Were you a traitor?
Not a traitor. I just work for money.
You can work for the noble houses without actually being part of the noble houses. They still need like plumbers and locksmiths and such.
Yeah.
Make me a history check.
Oh, crap. Where's my
I
history?
wouldn't know them either. I don't think.
That's a...
Also make me a
how is
history
that?
check.
18.
Oh, okay.
Kallus 18.
5.
Okay, Mike, no knowledge. You assume this is a fleshy thing.
Okay.
It's always a fleshy
You
thing.
Kallus.
despite it being a machine.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the carnival.
You think it might just be like a one of these sort of expressions for like a heart or a stomach or some lungs.
I bet that machine doesn't even talk.
Kallus, whilst it's not something you would have come across whilst working directly for House Cannith, as part of your sort of general research into, let's say, older arcane technologies, you are aware of such a device, or at least the sort of expression of such a device. It was something that House Cannith might have had interest in, but it's really something that would be more along the lines of one of the other noble houses like Lyrandar or Orion, because it revolves about... It is essentially a device for... It is an engine that will allow propulsion of a land-based vehicle without the need for beasts of burden, and it operates primarily on the essence of a trapped infernal. So it's similar to how the like the sky taxis work, whereby they have a sort of bound elemental force that powers them, that allows them to fly and move. This is the same thing, but it's designed for much larger land vehicles.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
As soon as he says the words infernal combustion engine and sees this sort of flicker of recognition from you, Dion looks at you and goes, "You'll probably be the best to hang on to these." And he hands you a small, suggestively designed leather pouch. It has it's got like it's got a button over flap, but the actual sort of pocket appears to sort of droop down into two smaller hemispheres, almost like a sort of curved W shape to that.
Not said no.
But why?
And this is...
These are my balls.
I sort of hold them out away from my body.
Oh, they're shiny.
Not my balls, but balls of my design. Magic balls. Go on, take a look.
Okay. I begrudgingly open this thing away
As
from Notad.
you look inside the pouch, you can see that there are 6 gold spheres of this sort of very fine filigree metalwork. On D&D Beyond, if you add a quantity of 6 Dion's magic ball to your inventory.
Oh God. I will do that. Dion's magic ball. Add.
It is an item.
It is. It certainly is. Okay, I have that.
Now, I am led to understand that there are at least some lesser fire elementals down in the lower forges here. If you can weaken one sufficiently and throw one of my balls at it, it should trap it and allow us to continue working on an infernal combustion engine of our very own. Now, seeing as there are the 5 of you here and only 1 of me, it would make far more sense for you to take care of this. Now, please bear in mind that each one of these has a single use. If it fails, it will be destroyed. So you will need to make sure that you weaken the elemental sufficiently before trying to capture it.
We're playing D&D Pokemon.
Oh, good lord.
Now, if there's no
I'm so
further
excited.
questions, I'll take my leave and head back topside. I really do think the air down here is getting rather stuffy. Toodles!
Little pips.
And Dion sort of just
Hi, Dion. Oh, he
casually
left.
walks out back the way you came. So, what do you want to do?
I suppose you've got to go and catch them all.
You may have
Yes.
inspiration, because that made me smile.
Let's go! Actually, I'm going to hand out one of the magic balls to each person.
Okay. So on D&D Beyond, if each of you search for Magic Ball in the equipment option, you will find Dion's Magic Ball. Add 1 of them to your inventory each. Kallus, you will have 2.
Yeah.
I have stupidly added them as 6 individual items. There we are.
Add. Cool.
Equip.
Oh yeah, we got to equip it. How many Pokemon emotes have I got on here? Oh, got a Gengar one. Yes.
So
So,
we've got to weaken these elementals and lob balls at it.
That's what I'm hearing.
I think we'll have to be the very best.
Like no one ever has.
oh, he's
Exactly.
spooned it.
Yeah,
I
you
know,
ruined it.
I did it wrong.
Ruined it.
I was trying to put it into a reference
the
and then ruined it
inspiration away.
halfway
Take
through.
the speak up.
Yeah, you're right.
I didn't have the balls to go away. Well, I didn't have the balls to go for the second line because I knew I'd get it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you make your way back out, following the additional exit that Kallus and Notad had looked into, you find that there is a sort of narrow iron staircase winding its way down through this sort of very wide circular shaft going down into the bowels of the cogs. And as it goes down, you can see that there are these sort of long pipe sections feeding into it, with roughly the same diameter of the initial tunnel you came through. And as you make your way down, you're going down a couple of stories each rotation. Intermittently, you can just hear this sort of rush of lava, and you can see this just font of molten rock just pouring through one of these chutes and down into what is a large open smelting pool below. Around the outside you can see these sort of large stone tablets with quite brightly glowing purple runes set into them. And the molten metal in the furnace is just roiling and bubbling over. As you get to the bottom, you can see that there is a figure moving back and forth between some like documents and notes on the far side of the pool. And as the last of you steps down off the iron railings, they turn around and you can see this sort of blue-skinned figure, maybe 7, 8 feet tall, slightly hunched. They've got a sort of scraggly cloak draped over their head, their shoulders. In the light of this, you can see that they are... There's hints of a sort of feminine feature to it, but it's this very sort of monstrous appearance. And as they look over, they say,
Ah, you must be here for Dion.
Yes.
Yes, that's why we're here. Yes, the Dion,
Heiman?
the Dion we are searching for, our Dion.
The Dion who has already escaped to the surface.
No, no,
Has he?
that's conjecture. You don't know.
I mean, maybe.
I can see we're not dealing with the brightest sparks in Sharn.
I've always been more of a fire type myself.
No matter. We have what we need from this place. We'll see you soon.
and
Doodle.
they just sort of drift away like mist.
Bye, creepy dusk.
As they do, the magma in the pool starts to bubble and churn a lot more violently. As it does, it's sort of flowing over and under and undulating and roiling, and you can see that the lava in the pool is starting to rise up and form into a torso, a set of arms, and the sort of semblance of a head. The runes now start to glow even brighter in the light of this fire, as a fire elemental rises from the pool. And we're going to need to roll initiative, please.
Does it have a hammer? Because I really want it to have a hammer.
Yeah. Does it have
does
fire
not-
blast?
it
'Cause that
does
moves
not.
fucking sick.
It does not have a hammer.
Damn.
But if it did, would it hammer in the morning?
In the morning,
Oh.
in the evening, we're all over this land.
Eat.
You can have inspiration for that deep, deep cut.
What a
Thanks.
banger.
Thanks.
Wow.
I feel
Wow.
like I earned it. I mean,
I got a 22.
Nice.
Nice
Word to your
work.
mother.
I shouldn't have rolled using D&D Beyond.
I
Does that
have
do
an 18.
18 for Mike, your Heiman.
23.
Ooh,
Nice.
tasty.
I got a. Yeah. I got
Always got to one up me.
I got a 20 roll. So you know, crit roll, baby.
You just
Okay,
built
so that's Heiman.
quickly.
Kallus.
A 7 with a natural 1.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wop, indeed.
Nice.
And finally, Mick.
I might shout is outdone by Kallus. I got a 5.
Oof.
Oof.
Wow.
And that's a bad miss.
Oh, that's a bad miss. Okay, I think that might have just broken something. Yep, that definitely broke. Okay, sorry, can I get those numbers again, please? Heiman, what was it, 23?
23, sir.
Kallus was 7. Mike, your was 16?
18.
18. Mick was 5, and Notad was
22.
22. Okay. Oh. No, looks like Avray has woken up.
Hooray.
Just make sure that got right. 23, 22, 18, 7, and 5. Fantastic. Excellent. So, we've got Heiman, followed by Notad, followed by Michael, followed by Kallus, followed by Mick. So, Heiman, you're up first. Notad, you're on deck.
Well, I was always told by my mother that if you see a big flaming monster, you run at it and punch it. So,
Smart one.
you know,
Go for it.
stick true to the word. I'm going to run up and give him a good slap in the face.
Use double slap.
Cool.
I'm going to double slap, I think. Um, let me quickly have a look then.
He burnt his hands like trying to get a hot crumpet out of a
Yeah.
toaster.
Okay, so here we go. Roll to hit.
Yep.
I rolled a 24 to hit,
24 hits.
and then I did 4 damage.
Oh, there we go. Ah,
Bum, bum, ba-da.
We good.
Bum, bum, ba-da.
that's fine. Yes. Yep. So that takes decent decent chunk of damage. That's sorry.
then,
Average just freaking out on me.
Oh, silly
Yeah,
Avray.
that's sorted. Okay, so yeah, so your first strike comes in, bam, connects.
Because
hits
I
for full
landed that
damage.
strike, I am actually going flurry of blows today. So I'm going to spend a
Okay.
key point,
Yep,
and I get 2 more attacks on
go for it.
flaming hard.
Yep.
Here we go. Second hit is going to be a 11. Ooh, really angry.
That misses.
I guess it did. And then the third one is going to be a 10. So glad I wasted that key.
Also misses, unfortunately.
Oh, well, I guess I'm going to stand there and look dumb for a few hours.
No worries.
No change there then.
So,
Yay!
Look, double slap can only hit from between 2 to 5 times, so you did all right, man.
it's true.
Thanks.
Right, so Notad, you're up. Mike, you're on deck.
Yes. How far away is it?
So the room itself is probably about 80 feet in diameter. There's the walkway around the edge of the pool is about 20 feet. So at any point you are within 0 to 20 feet from this elemental. It is huge. It occupies pretty much the entirety of the 40-foot diameter pool.
Okay.
It big.
It's Ragnarok.
It's definitely Ragnaros.
It big.
That's why I wanted it to have a hammer.
I'm gonna cast poison spray.
Okay.
Oh, I've got to be within 10 feet of it.
You could move up to within 10 feet and use it.
Yep, I will do that then, and then it must succeed on a Constitution saving throw of 12.
Okay. Con save of 12. It doesn't get any. It succeeds.
Woohoo!
So as the spray goes off, it just sort of
This
turns, blocks it with its forearm, and you just see the poison just burning off on the surface of this creature. It now looks down at you, and it's a little bit pissed off.
Oh no.
Anything else from yourself?
As bonus, I will. It says actions. Oh, it says 2 weapons fighting as a bonus. would that be only if I'd actually attacked with like a dagger
So
or something?
two weapon fighting as a bonus action basically means if you use the attack action, you can use a bonus action to attack with a second weapon.
So can I also try and hit it with my mace?
Not as far as I'm aware. Essentially two
It'd have to
weapon
be
fighting
if
as
I
a
had
bonus.
2
Yeah,
daggers.
it would be if you had 2 daggers.
Okay, that's fine then. No, I have nothing else to do.
Okay, no worries. So, that's that. Mike,
Cool.
you're up.
I already know what I'm doing.
And Kallus is
I
on deck.
am casting Blizzard. I mean Sniddock Snowball Swarm.
Okay.
They need a Dex saving throw of 14.
Okay, so Dex 14. Oh, that wasn't good. No,
So they failed.
they have failed.
Already. So 3d6. Wonderful. So that's 4 damage
On 3d6.
on 3d6.
Okay.
Wow.
Harsh.
Yeah, got dicked on that one. It's cold damage, if that makes any difference.
Thank you. So the snowball swarm goes off, and you can see that each of the points where a snowball lands, it's sort of starting to cool the surface
All
of this
4 of them.
creature. It doesn't appear to have done much to damage it, but you can see that it's like the fire equivalent of a scab has formed, where each one of these snowballs is hit. Anything else from yourself?
No, I dare not.
Okay, no worries. So at this point, the fire beastie just raises up just a font of lava just comes rushing out from the pool. Basically, it's just like splashed the water at you. Only it's not water, it's lava. So I need each of you to make a dexterity saving throw, please, to dodge out the way.
Dex saving throw.
Oh, come on.
So 13 from me.
It's
Oh.
14 for me.
21.
And I'm not playing it.
Nah, me neither. I think I'm already dead.
12, Tom.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Oh.
The third one of the night.
Okay. So
Screw you, dice.
remarkably, all of you managed to dodge that, with the exception of Kallus.
Ah, shit.
Who took a bat in it?
This can be bad.
Who decided to lick
You're
it?
not doing great with fire. You take 12
can I-
points of fire damage.
Crap.
It's like everyone manages to dodge out the way, and you just take a face full of lava. Fortunately, your mage armor sort of mitigates some of it from burning you directly, but it's still enough to cause a significant inconvenience to your existing health pool. So next up, we've got the recently toasted Kallus, followed by Mick.
That wouldn't have helped me anyway. Right, I am gonna use. I'm gonna try and cast Chromatic Orb with cold damage at it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'll just use D&D Beyond. Are you kidding? Hey, screw you, D&D Beyond. That's an 8 to hit, which I'm guessing misses.
Unfortunately, it misses. Yeah, the distraction caused by having a wall of lava chucked at your face is just enough to throw your aim off, and the cold ball goes wide.
Yep, I'm just gonna stay here and contemplate my failure.
Okay. As it does go wide, you notice it passes over one of the rune stones, which catches your attention as it blinks slightly brighter.
Okay.
Anything else from yourself?
Nope.
Okay. Mick, you're up. Heiman, you're on deck.
Well, I take it I can't really melee this thing because it's in a lava pool.
And made of fire.
You can certainly try.
I mean, the monk did, but I don't trust this.
I'm nimble, you know.
It's doing monk flips and shit.
Going to shoot it with my short bow.
Okay. Go ahead, roll to hit, please.
That is a 10.
Unfortunately, it
This
misses.
is not going well.
God damn.
Yeah. Again, it just... The movement of it just sort of sways and the bolt shoots past and just ricochets off the wall behind. What you did notice, though, is as the bolt comes down, it catches one of the rune stones, which starts glowing brighter. Anything else from yourself?
Nope. That's pretty much it.
No worries. So, Heiman, you're up. Notad, you're on deck.
Well, as I'm guessing, my character has not noticed the rune stone changing.
I'd say, given how close you are, you would have noticed.
Okay, well, I like to think that, though, you know, only an hour ago he was shadow boxing random people in the street.
He would, but that
Still not
wasn't
big.
really a true combat scenario for a monk of his skill.
Correct, but it was just trying to reflect intelligence.
That's fine. I was going to say, you would have the situational awareness to have noticed them if you were in the mood to notice them.
Wondering, do I, instead of wailing my hands around at a random lava monster, do I touch a rune? Touch a rune. Which one? Oh, we're going to punch it, obviously. I'm going to run over and strike my hardest at the rune.
Okay. Roll to hit, please.
Oh, 7.
Yeah. Surprisingly, it's not that hard to hit a stationary rock.
Oh, I'm in luck tonight.
Roll some damage, please.
6.
6. Okay, yeah. The runestone shatters apart. As it does, the fire elemental lets out this enormous roar that shakes the entire cavern. And you can see it diminishes slightly.
And how many runes are in eyesight?
With your combat situational awareness, you will have noticed that you have taken out 1 rune. There are 5 remaining.
And is another one within reach, or would I have to wait to turn for that?
I would say, given the diameter of the pit, there is certainly another one within reach.
Well, then let's left hook that motherfucker.
Go for it. Roll to hit.
15.
That definitely hits. Roll some damage.
4.
Again, shatters the... this is the one that Mick's bolt had just chipped the corner off. But again, as you bring your left hook down, that shatters. And again, the fire elemental reels from this, and you can see it diminishes again.
Then, as my last action, I'm going to turn, look at my cure, and go, I bet he's shattered.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have your inspiration and get out.
I've already got it.
Then
Can I give it to someone else?
Yeah,
Damn,
who do you want to give it to?
I'm going to give it to, obviously, my master, because my cure.
It's first independent pun.
I know, you trained me well. Trained me well. So that's
Okay.
it, I'm done. Thank you very much.
No worries. Right, Notad, you're up. My cure, you're on deck.
Wonderful. I am going to shocking grasp.
Yeah.
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 Are you sure? You don't sound certain.
I just like all of my. I kind of went for fire and burning type spells, which I feel are all rather shit against this. So
Fire.
yeah,
Oh yeah, maybe.
yeah, that would be why I think that. So shocking grasp it is.
Okay.
I have to make a melee spell attack. What's my like? Do I have to just roll to hit as normal? I assume.
So on your, it's I think it's just a +4 d20 +4
Yeah,
to hit
that looks right. Mm-hmm.
for
okay.
you because of your spell stuff, and so yeah, your
That
spell attack is
would-
+4.
Be a 9.
9. Okay.
Shock horror.
Unfortunately, it misses.
We're doing well with this.
So as you walk forward to try and apply the shocker to the fire elemental, you kind of catch your foot on one of the loose cobbles and just stumble forward. As you do, your hand slams down on one of the nearby runestones. Roll some damage, please.
Yay.
Ooh. With the damage roll that would be from the shocking grasp.
Yeah, because you missed the target you were aiming for.
But I hit that. Okay. Make me fine. Oh, a little prawn just curled up next to me. That would be.
I'm gonna leave that well alone.
That's a D10. One day I'll understand these dice. There we go. Oh, that would be a 1.
Okay, so the runestone you slam your hand down onto cracks. Doesn't break, but you can see that the surface of it is shattered.
Right.
And the light behind it is glowing bright, but it's flickering now. It's like someone's running too much voltage through a bulb.
Cool. That is me done.
Okay. So, my cure, you're up.
Right, I have a couple of
and
questions.
Kallus is on deck.
I have a couple of questions. One, how many runes are left? And how are they located? How are they situated?
So they're spaced equidistant around the pit. The 2 closest to Heiman have been completely broken. There's one next to Notad, which is on its way out, which means that there are 3 left, which are basically on the sort of far side.
How far apart would you say they were?
So the give you an idea of the size of it, the lava pool is about 40 foot in diameter, and they are spaced equidistantly around the circumference of that.
So about 30 foot, you would say?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright. Secondly, you know these magic balls things? Can we use them as part of a bonus action?
Yeah.
Awesome! Right. Let's get weird with it. I'm going to cast Agonaz's Scorcher in a curved line around the outside of this fire elemental, and I'm going to use Font of Magic, and I'm going to Distance Spell, which should double the length of my Scorcher to make it 60 feet long, which means it will curve all the way around and should hit all of the runes.
That's badass if that works.
Okay.
They need to have a dex saving throw of 14, the runes, by the way, but I feel as stationary targets they can't move that well.
So you're aiming for the untouched stones.
I'm
so
aiming
far.
for the rest of the untouched stones. Yeah.
Okay.
With
minor caveat.
distance spell. Go on.
So Agnazar's Scorcher can't be cast as a curved line. It is a line. It's a straight line. So you can get 2 of them.
Oh, I could twin. How about that? How does that sound?
Twin magic, yeah.
Because there's 2 targets, right? Or multiple targets.
Multiple targets.
So
Yeah.
So I'll twin them instead.
Okay.
Ugh! Agonaz's Scorcher.
That's fine. What is the dexterity of a solid rock? Probably not high. Yep,
Surely
not high,
0.
Not high enough to deal with that. So yeah, go ahead. That is just a straight up line shot spell. Go for some damage.
Cool. So 3d8. So see, why couldn't I have had that before? That's 14. So all the stones should take 14 damage, I think.
Okay. So the 3 stones that you were aiming to interfere with, each one of them shatters in this spark of roaring flame as it just shoots out from you, just this gouge of flame just overheats and cracks the 2 stones directly in line with one another, and the
I
second
then,
one
as a
takes out
bonus action,
the third.
pull out Dion's magic ball. Oh, is the third okay?
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm just your... Yeah, because it's off your sorcery points, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep, that's fine.
Cool. And then as a bonus action, I take out Dion's magic ball, I toss it up into the air once, catch it, and then pitch it towards the fire elemental.
Oh,
Any word?
make me a quick Arcana check, please.
Oh, shit. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Monkey, 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 monkey. Is that enough? It's a 15.
It's 15. Okay. So as you go to pitch it, you notice that the design of the orb has a slight, almost like button on the one side, and you realise that the speed
Yeah.
at which your arm was coming in, you were going to slap that button.
Yeah.
You kind of make a weird double back maneuver where you sort of do something odd with the mechanism in your wrist to slice under the ball and put some backspin on it.
Yeah. I
So as
feel
it
that.
spins, you see it arc through the air and it smacks this fire elemental straight in the forehead. As it does, the filigree on the ball unwinds and wraps the entire creature up in this long, thin netting and then retracts back into the ball, which then drops
Does the ball
and lands
wobble
on the
slightly?
ground. It wobbles once.
Doot,
It wobbles twice.
doot,
It wobbles the third time.
doot.
Don't fuck with me.
And there's a small chime as the button goes gold.
That's a.
I got something for this.
Please tell me there's music, because I was trying to find the music quickly and I didn't get it fast enough.
There might be something for it, but it's not come through. Oh, there
Come
it
on.
is.
Da da da, ba da 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 da.
Fantastic.
Wow.
So the elemental is now bound
that's
within
high
the orb.
pitch.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right. I caught myself a fire elemental.
Would you like to give it a nickname?
Fuego.
Yes!
Say del fuego.
So with that, your prize captured, you
Yes.
begin the long, slow climb back out of the cog hub, back to the surface world, back to civilization, back to Dion to bring him the prized heart of the infernal combustion engine. And that brings us to the end of tonight's adventure.
Woo!
My thanks once again to our players and to everyone watching along live on Twitch or catching this later on YouTube on the VOD. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time on Sunday the 25th of April to do all of this all over again. But until then, stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, stay inside, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Good night, Dice Roll fans.